Hello, good evening. This is Nobel. Welcome to my philosophy channel again. So in this video, I'm not actually going to talk about any particular topic in philosophy or any particular philosopher. I'm just going to muse about one of my favorite pastimes, which is chess. So this is actually the first video I've made in which which has nothing to do with my professional work as a philosophy teacher. It's just I'm just musing about about life and one of my pastimes, as I just said. So depending on how things turn out, depending on my mood in the future, this may be the first of many videos of this kind to come, or it may be the one and only and ever such video. But I don't know. I mean, who knows what the future is going to bring, right? So, but anyway, I wanted to talk today in this video about chess. Well, I love playing chess. I'm not a great chess player by any means, but I do love the game because I think it's a really beautiful game. And very honestly, very frankly, I sometimes fail to understand why more people do not see the beauty of the game. So maybe this video will change somebody's mind out there, or maybe it wouldn't. I don't know. But anyway, so I wanted to kind of use this video to muse about the possible relationship between chess and life, if there is any such relationship. So, how to start? Well, let me start by talking about going through a brief scenario in a chess game that I played with a friend earlier today. In order for you to understand what I'm about to talk about, you have to have some basic understanding of chess. You have to at least know how the pieces move. So if you don't play chess at all, if you don't play chess at all, this whole what is about to happen is going to be pretty obscure to you, and I apologize in advance. But if you do play chess, if you even know how the pieces move, I think you will find this interesting. Okay, so let's start. So as you can see, towards the end of this is what the scenario, the chessboard looked like towards the end of the game that I played with my friend this afternoon. So what happened was that I was white and he was black. So white is just before this particular scenario, I advanced my pawn here, and what he did in response was to capture the white pawn with his bishop, which seemed like a good move because it's usually a good idea to stop a to stop a pawn that is advancing to prevent it from becoming a queen. Okay, so but he did not realize that this is actually a mistake, because by doing this he has put his bishop in front of his king, which allowed me to bring my rook here to pin his bishop. In other words, to immobilize his bishop. Now that doesn't seem like such a bad thing until the next thing. So let me show you what happened after that. After this, I think he moved this pawn forward, and I responded by moving my other pawn down. Now he was about to respond by capturing my pawn with his bishop, and then he realized while in the middle of the action that he couldn't, because if he did this, then his king would be in check, and it's illegal to put your own king in check. So his bishop was really pinned, and then if you play chess, you will probably be able to figure out what goes on from here. I was able to capture his bishop, and then his game pretty much went downhill from this point. Let me just replay everything again, so we can get a sense of what's going on and talk more about this. So notice that when I pushed the pawn down, he couldn't move his bishop because the king was here. So he couldn't move his bishop because the king was exerting a kind of gravitational pull on his bishop, preventing his bishop from going anywhere. At the same time, my pawn was also exerting a kind of gravitational pull, a reverse gravitational pull, if you will, on the bishop. And so these two gravitational pull, the gravitational pull of the king and the gravitational pull of the bishop, cancel each other out, and thereby immobilizing his bishop. which allowed me to go on to capture his bishop. So so you can see that if you replay everything again, you can see that what I simply did in the beginning was to move my rook down, because I saw that I could exploit this situation. And what I did was to use my opponent's strength, because the bishop has a certain power, the king also has a certain power. So what I did was to use my my opponent's strength against him. Because part of the reason why he couldn't move, as I mentioned earlier, is because of the gravitational pull of the force that is exerted by his own pieces. So if you think about it this way, if you look at it from this angle, then chess is like a kind of mental aikido, intellectual aikido, if you will. So it isn't just about winning pieces. It's not just about trying to capture as many of your opponent's pieces as possible and to eventually put him in checkmate. Although that is the goal if you think about it in purely physicalistic terms. But if you play chess often enough, or if you play chess long enough, you will see that there is a certain beauty to the game. I think what this shows us is that in chess, and maybe in life as well, the way to get ahead is not to just plow ahead through sheer brute force mindlessly, but the way to get ahead is to be able to set up a situation where you can use your opponent's strength against him, and use that kind of situation to your advantage. In other words, to use your opponent's strength to your advantage rather than to his advantage. Of course, in order to do that, you have to have the foresight to see the situation in your mind's eye before the situation even arises. So to me, that is the beauty of chess. The beauty of chess is about creating a situation and letting the situation unfold by momentum. You might wonder, is this the same in life? Does chess have something useful to teach us about life in this way? Well, I don't know. I mean, it seems to me that for every person who loves chess, there is also at least one other person who thinks that chess is just this very complex but ultimately useless games that are played by so-called intellectual types. So I really don't know. And maybe I'm not really here to change your mind anyway, so maybe I will leave it up to you to decide for yourself what answer to this question is. Does chess really have something useful to teach us about life, or is it just a useless intellectual diversion? I don't know. Think about it. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.